on the other live stream because it just kept disconnecting. So I'm gonna try it like this. I hope you guys are coming into this room now. So I'll just wait for you guys to get the notifications. Alright, let's see if it's working. There's a chat. Hi Ravender, thank you for tuning in. You catched me now. Second time I'm trying. I was live earlier on and I already, put the cards down, but there was this really weird disconnection going on with my Surface. So I hope you guys can catch, this live now. And we can still do this pick a card reading and do personal readings. But I am okay, Ravender. I'm okay. Like I'm doing a little bit better. Yay, SB, I'm so glad you're back as well. I'm sorry, there was this really, I'm just gonna try. I hope right now it's gonna stay stable and we have no more BS going on. But yeah, we're just gonna try it again. Like, let's hope and pray all is good. Oh, Lady Hawaii, how you doing? Aloha to you as well. Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Ramona. Sorry, Ramona. Thank you. Appreciate that energy. Thank you. Yes. How are you, Ravender? All right. I'm about to get into the pick a card reading. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ramona. I hope that in this pick a card reading something will come true for you as well. Oh. Oh, thank you. I'm sending them right back at you as well, Ramona. It's just, it's a hard time at this moment. A lot of things are uncertain, up in the air, not a lot of clarity, but it's coming. It is coming. But I'm sorry that you're going through a lot at this time. Oh, I love that, Ravender. That's so great. I love that. So powerful. Love that energy. Alright, shall we get started with the pick a card reading? Let's see what it has to offer, what type of messages are coming through. Also, if you're watching this afterwards, after I finish the live, then you can also pause the reading if you need a little bit more time to choose your message. Aww, thank you. You have such great energy. Such great energy, and I will find you again. Alright, let's see. First one. Oh yes, Diana is coming through. Big picture thinking. And Birgit, you have a lot of strong feminine energy coming through. Strength. So, they're saying focused intention. First energy that I'm feeling with this first deck is, without even reading the cards, I know these cards by heart. I honestly do. But the instant energy that I'm feeling if you pick this deck is that do not get lost in the details. you know, don't get lost in like the what ifs, should haves, shouldn't be, should haves. You know, it's just like it's very important to keep your mind focused on the openness, the possibilities, and then sometimes in the moments where you don't feel like you can do anything to prevent something or to help something, to surrender to it, surrender and ease into the energy, allow the answers to come to you, allow the solutions to come to you, the practical solutions. But the most important thing is that thinking and focusing on the bigger picture. You also have the card big picture thinking as well is coming true. It's like, even though there are like all these little things that might be pulling at you, what's the core? What's your intention? Why are you doing it? The why is up to you. The how is not always up to us. Mostly not up to us. It's coming to us, and then we have options, and then we, with our free will, choose a certain option. But it's important to keep your mind clear and do that by releasing the need to be constantly focused on the thing you're trying to reach, the person you're trying to heal, the thing that is, where you're putting your energy towards. Okay, they're saying stand up for what you believe is right, and say think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. And it came together with big picture thinking, with that Aquarian energy that's in the air. And they say Pleiadian energy, visionary and inspired ideas. So do not back down. If you have a certain good idea, but the the practical side of things haven't been falling into place yet, don't start questioning your vision. Don't start questioning your ideas. You might be ready, but the world may not be ready just yet. So understand that as a visionary, a lot of times, sometimes people, look at you like, I don't, like they don't really understand your vision. And a couple months later, or sometimes a year later, like, oh, they're coming with a similar idea. So sometimes you're a couple steps ahead and feel very misunderstood by the people around you. So that's an energy, but it's saying don't back down. Think about what you desire. So set your intention to where you want things to go. That's very important, because you're a very strong manifester at this time if you pick this deck. So it's like really important, seeing the bigger picture of things, but also stand up for what you believe is right, and don't back down from that. It's very important. Danielle, this is the the free pick a card reading I'm doing, so there might be a message in there for you. I'm not offering free personal readings tonight, but I will do that in the near future. I am planning on that soon. So I already wanted to do it, but a lot of things got in the way, and some personal things took place, and now I need to have enough energy, because once I'm doing that, those type of live session streams, they're different type of energy, and I want to make sure that I can get out as many as possible by then. All right, let's move on to deck number 2. We have Inner Goddess. Beautiful. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are intertwined, connected. And then you have Divine Healing. That's so beautiful. What a powerful energy. So I'm sensing heart chakra, very strong heart chakra energy, healing of the heart, healing of the feeling of maybe felt disconnected or neglected. So I'm hearing neglection. This might be a neglection, a part of yourself that you kind of have been neglecting, because you felt like maybe things would be easier, or you're trying to people please your way out of certain qualities and things that just belong to you. So I'm sensing like some of you, it's been a part of yourself, and for some of you, you might have felt neglected because of that side in yourself. I don't know, it's an energy I'm sensing, but I'm feeling like a really strong reconnection with the heart chakra. Let me see. They're saying honor your sensitivity. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and to heal. Your light can support others. Your light can support others, but retreat and heal and center into your own heart chakra, heart energy, because it's very beautiful feminine energy. The card as well with the Inner Goddess, they say awaken the goddess within you through dance and self-care and appreciating your own divinity. Regardless if you are a man, a woman, it doesn't matter, everything in between, everything above. You know, it's like it's about honoring your feminine energy, the nurturing within you, but also your creative energy flow that comes from your feminine, the strength that comes from your feminine, the resilience that comes from your feminine. There's so many beautiful things your feminine has to offer, and honoring her at this time will definitely help you anchoring in and grounding into your own heart chakra, which we really much need at this time because of all this Taurus energy. Taurus have a very strong green, like heart chakra energy. So the physical connection and community. So I'm sensing because you're connected to another side of yourself, you're feeling more and more drawn towards like-minded people. But I'm hearing like-hearted people instead of like minded. It's like hearted, like they have a similar heart, they have a similar heart for things, similar interests, similar passion, similar compassion, kindness, care, nurturing. And it's almost like you're feeling connected by being so connected to yourself. You're able to connect on a deeper level with people around you, or a group, or a certain cause, or anything in that particular way. And that will definitely bring you a lot of happiness, satisfaction, but also a lot of divine healing. So it's very powerful. Very powerful. And honor your sensitivity. Through that, you find your inner strength by honoring it. Especially at this time when it comes to Aries season, where now Mercury just moved into Aries as well. Now we're starting talking like an Aries, okay? And we can get, we can have beautiful conversations with that. But we're also can say things that later on we're like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. Maybe I should have just, took a moment and not say that. So it's speaking from the heart, but in order to speak from the heart, you have to sort of anchor into it and also have that pause momentum. Pause momentum is what I keep hearing. Pause, ease in, speak, or express, or share. So yeah, it's a lot of that softer side, because it's so, at the same time, there's so much Mars energy coming in as well at this moment in time. Um, and by anchoring into your heart, because it's not really out there right now, it's not necessarily the loudest feelings or loudest um, energy you might feel within yourself. You might be a lot up in your mind actually about how you're feeling, instead of really tuning in about what you're actually feeling and what their intentions are of those emotions and feelings that's showing up, or what it's trying to tell you. So it's like almost like your mind makes up its mind, and then it is so, it's fact from that point on. When maybe if you dive a little bit deeper, you honor your sensitivity, bring it in, you might actually get a lot more clarity coming from that. So, and it might actually also prevent you from getting into altercations that kind of you don't want to be in, or you don't necessarily need to be in. It's a waste of energy. What I'm hearing, like waste of energy. Okay, so I'm getting so much. Yup. Now we're starting to talk like canaries. Which is totally fine. I'm just saying it's not fittable for everyone, especially for people with a lot of water in their chart, and then this fire energy, and then, it's like, yeah, it could be a lot. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, let's move on to the third group. Oh, thank you. That's so beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the third group. We have bodies of water. We have headers. I think, yeah, headers. And then we have Mother Mary. Wow, what an energy. What an energy. I'm hearing the goddess of love and war. That's very, very interesting. I'm hearing the goddess of love and war. So that's definitely pretty intense. Okay, let's see. It's deep. It's deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So there is a sense of the mother archetype, the mother within ourselves, but the mother that it has to do a lot to do with nature. I'm sensing that it's almost like Mother Nature is carrying something back home to you, almost like a life source back into you. And you'll find it in the water. You'll find it if you connect in the water. Um, Spend time near water, such as a lake, a river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. And I feel like it's about the flow coming back to you. This is an energy, and I'm sensing it's like it's not only the flow of your own energy source, and reawakening after the winter, and then springtime you get a little bit more energy. But a lot of times people before well, spring is blooming, it's starting to bloom, the season is starting to awake. um a lot of people get very fatigued, very tired, because it's like there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening, and that sprouting takes up a lot of energy at the same time. But it's like love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. So I'm sensing that. Okay, this is a particular message, and I'm not sensing that a person is in the chat room right now, but I'm sensing that this is a message of someone who had to say goodbye to their mother in the physical form and actually let it go with the water. Like, I don't know if it's like, the remains, let it flow with the water, from a boat or from a site where place where you used to come. And I'm sensing there's a lot of healing that's coming to you connected to that situation. It's almost like a relief. It's almost like an instant healing, because it's like you take in the energy, like you take in the energy once again. So it's almost like they become a part of you. Like, that's an energy I'm sensing. Okay, so that's for some of you, like a really small group, but I wanted to lay it out. It's just honoring your own mother archetype. And the thing is, a lot of times mothers it's a very self-sacrificing space sometimes to be in, but you are being a good mother if you're also taking good care of yourself. A lot of mothers might feel guilty at times for that, but it's very important to understand that if you honor your own energy levels, your own body, and your own divinity, once again with number 2 as well, you'll be able to give from a different type of source. And that's what, like, it's like the mother of love and war. That's what I kept hearing. So this is interesting, but I'm sensing that it's just a time of a lot of realizations, a lot of insights, a lot of things you kind of knew but never really could put your finger on. Now you're integrating it, and now you're using that for and moving forward with that information, moving forward with that clarity, almost with that guidance. So that's what I'm sensing. Very strong mother energies coming through. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for the collective right now. I hope that brought some clarity, especially also for the people watching this afterwards. Thank you so much. And for people who are here right now, of course. And I'm going to tune into the personal readings. All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm just quickly going to tune in for that. Oh, thank you guys. I see. Oh yes, here. Let's be. Okay. I'm just gonna make my list quickly. Leslie is here as well. Thank you, Leslie. Okay. Next 6 months and this question. All right, SB, I'm going to tune in for your reading now. Let me read your question. I'm so sorry to hear about your situation. You know, it's a new chapter, but, you know, it's also closing out of one. Let's see. Let's see about April for you. Let me see. This is with this one. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that I did when I actually, um, well, F, you know, I keep my face out of the readings because first of all, it's a much better angle for the cards, and second of all, I was guided to do that years ago, because of the fact that you know, it's my face isn't part of the reading. It's actually, you know, a soul to soul reading, so it's like from the heart to other people's hearts. So that's like kind of sort of the thing, but maybe in the future. But right now I'm trying to focus on SB's energy. Let me see. Okay, so I as I felt the first thing I wrote down, because I actually wrote down your name and I started drawing half a tree, which was interesting. um, it's almost like this one side of you that you have took this journey on, and you know, which is like being married and everything that comes with that, and also that comes with living your life in connection with someone and living together and all of the things, and developing yourself inside a marriage, inside a relationship. And it's almost like now there's this whole other side of the tree that is unknown, yet still part of you, because you will be taking that journey with you, you know. But I feel like there's this, you have this positive energy towards it, but at the same time it's also like when you're looking forward, you feel like you don't have that insight, and that brings in some of that fear, some of that, you know, anxiety, basically, a little bit, but at the same time also excitement. So it's a little bit of a combination, and it's healthy, it's normal, you know, of course. But that's also the thing right now, and that's probably also, you know, what is hard about making a decision to go separate ways, regardless if a lot of times it is sort of mutual in the end. It's about you, you know that this is not the situation, you know that this, you know, you're moving forward, and I'm also sensing that energy from the partner. It might be a little bit more from that side. um, but you compare it with what other options are out there, but you don't know what's out there. So it's like, either I don't really, you know, this is not it anymore moving forward, but that other side doesn't really give me anything concrete either. So it's about trusting yourself and stepping into the middle for a little bit, and from that cross point, basically actually developing more and more out there. But it's about trusting in yourself and developing that. So I'm sensing that that's like a strong independent connection, and it's like a lot of second house energy for you at this time. You got two, and yeah, this one fell off the ground. Okay, you have, okay, you actually have the card Leap of Faith. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle, and I'm gonna let it come through, because if I go down now, my mic's gonna ramble. So I'm just gonna see if another leap of faith. Exactly, and that's exactly what you're doing. You're taking a leap of faith. That is exactly what it is. It's the fool's journey. It's a new beginning. It's a new cycle. And the leap of faith is like, I feel like I should do it. I feel like I should go towards that other side, but I don't know. I'm doing it based on my faith. here we go. High Priestess, yes. Powerful energy. That's the queen of this deck, okay? She owns this deck. Just saying. It says you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So I feel like this individual journey that you're about to take, about to go on, will definitely develop so much things within you that have been there always, and you have been developing them, but below, you know, underneath the surface. And by this new journey that you're on, they're going to come up to the surface, and you're going to develop a lot more, and you actually are going to be inspiring to other people. The thing that you're going through right now at one point will definitely be inspiring to other people, because the things that you're learning at this time and moving forward, you know, in the near future, are very crucial points that are awakening certain things within you, and you will be able to help other people with those lessons that you're learning, and the skills and the talents that you are actually developing at this time. So it's very powerful, but also I'm sensing that energy of like, you know, it's an ending, and that same as beginning. And yes, there's a lot to look forward to, but it's also a lot that you're releasing and you're letting go of, and that also needs its space. And it can coexist together. You can be excited about something and yet sad about something ending, you know, and especially all the dreams and the goals and the things that you were looking forward to. When, you know, at the time where you were like, okay, yes, like I want to spend the rest of my life with you. That's a vision that you have. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gone through with that. Um, so you have goals and dreams and wishes for the future that now is going to be different. And of course, there's this sense of grief that comes with that, you know, and it might not be all the time, but there will be moments where you will feel that, and that's natural. That doesn't take anything away that you're not growing and you're not the, you know, healing, or that you're not doing the right thing, or that it's not the best for the both of you. But that doesn't mean that it cannot coexist with some of those other feelings. And if you love yourself and you show kindness to yourself through all of those feelings that might show up, might be there, you will definitely integrate more of those lessons, and you will get through them quicker as well. Because bullying yourself through feeling a certain way and telling yourself to feel a certain way is just really not going to make it any easier on you. Right. I'm going to pick up some tarot, because I need some tarot with this. Alright. Just breathe. Oh wait, I'm seeing, I want to make sure I'm making the right decision. I'm excited for the future. Yeah, exactly. You should, you know, you should feel that way, because you can, that's all about the leap of faith. It's like you can sense it that it's the right thing, but then there's also another side of you who's like, yeah, but am I making the right decision? Am I making the right decision? That's normal. That's supposed to be there. Okay, you have a lot of fallout. So there's just like a lot of emotions that boil up, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're all there. Okay, here we have the Queen of Swords with the Six of Wands. Once again, that public recognition. Once again, people seeing you in like a strength position, seeing as you taking, putting yourself first in like a very beautiful, selfless way. It's just about love. It's about, I have, I want to move forward, and the energy moving forward in is people with support. I'm sensing the Six of Wands with a lot of support about moving forward. You have the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords as well. So you gotta trust in that. You're making clear decisions from a clear-headed space, even though your emotions sometimes takes, you know, that's the best of you. That's what they're saying. The Hierophant, yeah. Okay, I don't know if this is something that will resonate, but I'm sensing an energy of like people are, like for the outside world, people love the two of you together, you know, like there were people that know the two of you, and it's like, you know, for them as well, it's a transition that you no longer will be together. So I'm sensing a little bit of that energy there, but it's not in a negative way. It's just like it's being supported. Like some people might actually, or are way more on like you should move on side, and other people are just like, okay, we didn't know that this was all going on behind the scenes and now this is here. So there were people that weren't in a knowing of, and there were people that were in a knowing of this was gonna happen because they kind of felt it coming. But the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands is like, yeah, it's like you can, at the end of this, like you can look yourself in the mirror and think, okay, I made the right decision. So that's very powerful. And you have the Ace of Wands as well. So with the universe is definitely supporting you moving forward. Pressure for April. What's the energy for April? Here we go. You have the Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Okay, this is something that I just gonna have to lay out on the table. I don't know if it's, you know, this is something that you have to, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm sensing. But it's like with the Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles, I don't know, I'm hearing like assets, like the assets. Like, I think it's very important to just look at that things are actually like split equally, or that it's fair, you know, for both parties, and that both parties should be in that energy together, like, you know, want you to get what, you know, you need, and this is what you deserve, and we're not going to do this whole battle of like, I want this and this, and I want more than you. It's like, it's very important to bring in that equalness and that stableness in it from both angles, because that definitely will set you both up for like something like a long-term foundation, basically, is what I'm sensing. So I don't know, there's just some things that aren't spoken about. There's some things that are let out. I don't know if that's from your angle or from his angle. There's just something about that I'm picking up on. Or maybe that's just something that still needs to really be discussed good. But I'm sensing that if you're tripping over the smaller details and you really are super focusing in, or this is like this whole battle about one kind of small thing, but it's about the principle of it all, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, both of you will lose. So it's like, it's better to really be conscious about doing it as peaceful as possible, you know? Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought already. Something like that. But it's very important to understand that from your angle, of course, I can't speak to, you know, his side, but, or that person's side. But what I'm sensing is that you got to come to a solution with the both of you, but you got to give that a space. Sometimes, you know, one day you both might be up high in your energy. But it's like just focusing, okay, we just want the best for both of you. Like, you want the best for them, and they want the best for you. And I think that that's just most important thing, because it's not easy, and people can be one day like way more open for the communication than the other day. And so just take your time with it, have patience with that person, and let the person have patience with you by just expressing yourself that, okay, maybe today it's not a great day to talk about it. How about we just, you know, to try this again in the weekend, like when we have some space and time, because I do want to do this right, you know, because there's still love there, and you want to have that respect high, like when it comes to your energy standing out to the other person, because they will respond to that better. That's what I'm sensing. Okay, what else? I feel like no rush. The more you're trying to rush this, the more you will be removed from what you're actually trying to achieve when it comes to this. Like, take your time, because once it's done, it's done. Okay? Look at that. Ace of Cups with the Sun card. You will be rewarded multiplied if you're sending out that right energy. The Six of Swords instead of the Five. It's just one sword, you know, more. But that sword is everything, because it will put you both in the same boat, and you can both get to the other side in one piece. Okay? Instead of like one takes it all, but then what you lose is not money. What you lose is the bond. What you lose is the respect. And that, in the end of the day, down the line, is way more valuable. So I'm not saying that be a pushover when it comes to certain things, definitely not, but it's about the way you approach things, because you're the carrier in it. You can carry the energy and they will follow your lead. But what I'm saying is that if you keep, I'm not saying you have to be perfect all the time, definitely not, because like I said, a lot of mixed emotions that come with it. But understand that if you, it's not the day for you to talk about certain things, make sure that you won't. We create another space, another energy, because like I said, once again, with the Sun and the Ace of Cups, it will definitely be rewarded big time, because you also learn a lot, and you might actually be able to help other people in the future that going through that transition at that time in the future. So it's something that I'm just sensing with you, but it looks good. Exactly. Even if there were no children involved, still, it's you've been your person. So you just want things to just, be that way. With the Knight of Cups in reverse, it can definitely be put upright. So there is opportunity with justice. Yeah, justice will take place. Okay, so it will be split equally. And yeah, here you go. Because now you are the Queen of Pentacles. So it's being conscious about it. Not letting one certain type of incident or one type of certain energy in a conversation predict or dominate the entire situation. When you allow yourself to also have those space for those emotions, you will also allow the other person to have them, because it is not something ABC. And you can be like a Queen of Swords, but it's also important to integrate a little bit more of that heart chakra energy, even though that's the first thing you kind of sort of block out, because it's all so practical. But it's important to keep integrating your own Piscean energy, and it will make it work. But like I said, once again, in the end of the day, you have the King of Pentacles and you have the Queen of Pentacles. They both got their own thing and it's split equally. So I do see that will work out. Justice will be served. And it's also because with the Knight of Cups as well in the reverse, is that understanding that, one sec, because they're trying to tell me something. It's almost like by moving backwards. So being conscious about what you're offering in your cup, that's the thing. Being open and honest about what you're offering in the cup, in the communication. And I'm sensing like there's a whole lot of cup of nothing. So it's important that they're not being made. How do you put that? One second. Can I speak? It's important that you don't make promises that you can't keep. That's very important things, what I'm sensing right now. It's from both sides. So not making promises that you can't keep. And if you don't, justice will be served. It's very important. Right, that's what I'm sensing right now. And when it comes to moving, like I said, I'm not sensing that the rush would necessarily be beneficial. Just go with the flow, and not making any rush decisions right now is the way to go, because there are certain divine things that are coming towards you. It's important that this thing, it stays the main thing, because I feel like when you rush the King of Pentacles, he just does his own thing. He's like sort of blacks out, It's not approachable anymore. So that's an end I'm sensing. But for you, there's a lot of beautiful things in your cards moving forward. So like I said, you're not in a rush to get there, but you will get there, and you will. Here we go. Here's the Ace of Wands, what I talked about. You will have that other side of the tree. Some new extension of the tree is growing. It's very divinely guided. By loving and respect yourself and the other person through this phase. And that also comes with sometimes just understanding that it's not always rational, and sometimes, emotions do get the best of you and the other person. So, yeah. It's a really hard situation to go through, but at the same time, it will be very beneficial for you in the future. I'm sensing that very strongly. You will be very happy, and the other person as well. It has nothing to do with you're not good for them or they're not good for you. It's just like you grew apart because you kept on evolving and growing, and that's what's supposed to happen. And it's not like wasted energy or wasted time, no, because all those years you might have actually worked very well. And you learned from each other what you're supposed to learn, and you grew because of that, and then you kind of move forward. There's another side, another story, part of the story. But yeah, that's the thing, what I'm feeling as well with your children as well. Just be conscious about your children, about, once again, maybe that's the thing, like making promises that you can't keep, but that's not necessarily only towards you. It's just in general with the kids. Be very open and honest about with the communication as well. And that will definitely be beneficial. All right. I hope that that was helpful for you, SB. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you, because yeah, I sense that energy. So I'm glad that you showed up and I was able to get it out. You're so welcome. And like I said, nurture and love yourself through this, because it is intense. And there's no such thing as needing to be perfect. So you will have your good days and you will have your bad days, and they can all coexist together. And you just continue to move forward. I'm glad that it was. Thank you. All right. Oh, hi Lorraine. How have you been? I'm just about to check PayPal right now. Thank you. Put your name on the list. I have Leslie's reading and then I'll get to yours. Okay, so Leslie, are you in the chat right now? All right. How have you been, Lorraine? You been okay? Oh, hi Donna. Thank you for tuning in. Love the energy. Okay. So, Leslie, are you still in the chat with us? Just gonna double check your question on PayPal. Thank you. Yeah, it's just standing there right now. I really want to do something with it, like upload something with the frequencies, but thank you. I'm so glad to hear you've been good. I'm so glad, because you've been through a rough patch. I'm so glad that you're doing a little bit better. I'm also doing better. I'm still going and still getting there. But yes, definitely one step each day. Let me see. I don't get Leslie's messages. Let me see. Leslie hasn't been in the chat anymore. just double check. All right. I'm just going to see if Leslie will get back. And otherwise, I'll just do her reading at the end. But then I'll get to Lorraine's reading. What's your question, Lorraine? Alright. Because it's not available. Yay, Leslie, you are actually here. I'm glad you are because I was just calling out your name. Okay. I'm glad. All right. I'll first jump into Leslie's reading and then I'll get to you, Lorraine, okay? I'm sorry, but she's up. You have the 10 of Wands starting off because I already shuffled for you. But Leslie, I feel like the Tower energy around you because when I wrote down your name, there was like this building and this window and something coming out of the window, but also something looking through the window. It was like interesting. Okay, so I'm sensing this energy of like letting, one sec. It's almost like you got out of a situation and then sometimes you're nostalgic looking back to it. Like maybe it actually wasn't that bad or was better or something like that. Like you're looking back in. So that was an energy. Before I wrote your name down because I already had it. I knew that was going to be the second one. That's why. Yeah, already resonates. Okay, so you have the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. Yeah. Okay, I'm sensing that for this next 6 months, when you're coming out of a situation and go through that transition period, right? Put the mic a little bit closer. You come through that transition period. When the first pressure sort of comes off, you think like maybe I should get back to it, maybe I shouldn't have leave, or maybe I shouldn't have stopped it, or maybe I should have just continued because now I don't feel that insane pressure anymore. Now it's like sort of the 5 of Wands. I know there are still conflicts, but it's not like overbearing anymore, so maybe I quit too quickly or whatever. But the thing is as well is that when you're going through the transition period, and I had that same energy a little bit with the other reading that I just did, like you're going through this transition where you can't really comprehend how good or how well you will be feeling in the future, so you kind of are still stuck in this energy and feel like that's all that is available. So it's kind of bad-ish to like worse, and then it's like, yeah, but it's not worse, so it's kind of bad-ish, but it's doable. But it's like you deserve more. You deserve to just take a deep breath in and just feel good. And I feel like that has been a while, or you're moving towards that basically, but you're coming out of a period where it was like you either want the thing you don't want, or you pick the thing and you really never in your entire life ever even wanted to come close to. So it's like, oh, well, I picked the thing that I don't want then because it's not as bad as the other side. So yeah. I don't know, that's what I'm feeling. King of Wands, definitely much better, but it's so much Wands energy. Such an Aries an Aries energy coming through. Look at that. Boom. The feeling of freedom. So something new is coming in these next coming months. Something new is coming in, and that is taking you away from looking back. it took a long, it took a lot, and it took a long time before you got to this point. Before you get to that point, you went through a lot, but you will free yourself from it, and you will start a new beginning and start a new journey with the Fool's card. Okay, you will close that chapter out, but I'm sensing that it is true. Reviewing it, going over it. Ah, yeah, that's the thing. Okay, good. That is definitely giving you also a lot of insight and a lot of growth and things you can integrate into the new. But I'm sensing that Wands energy with the King of Wands, and that, you know, that 10th house energy you got going on. It's definitely, yeah, on the career path, there's a lot of opportunity. One sec, because I'm sensing something. You know, you have like these, like the thing as, for example, us cancers, like we can people please, and it's like sort of in our nature, because it has to do with the nurturing that we do. So we please the people by nurturing them, and we just naturally tune in to their needs. They don't really need to tell us what they need. We kind of feel what they need, and we go about that. That's how we approach people. That's the way we talk to them. That's the way we deal with them, all of the things. That's why, you know, in a lot of jobs where you like have to tune into the people's needs, that's something that cancers are very good at. But if it's not really giving or offering something really truly helpful, but just you can make a sale, it definitely is going to put you in a very low frequency, because it's not actually satisfying the thing you were here to do. And that's basically satisfying people's needs in like a nurturing way, meaning that it's the crucial things that you want to nurture them in, and that you want to fulfill them in. But the thing is, with people pleasing as well, a lot of times you can also become something that you feel that you should be in an environment around certain people and all of that. And I'm sensing this energy of like, if you sort of change your colors for other people long enough, at one point you might actually transform yourself for other people into the actual color that you authentically are, and then it clicks, and it's like sort of an instant connection. And then you can have that with a job, you can have that with like a person, because they actually make you move into a certain color, like a chameleon, right? And you can actually find your true color by through that. And I feel like that is the journey, and that's a journey where you are on. For some reason, that's something I'm feeling very strongly. You actually bump into your own authentic color, because you came from that place of that nurturing. So it's not only a bad thing, you know, it also has its things. But I'm sensing that through that journey, you kind of found your own color, and now you're standing into your truth, because it was awakened in you by actually overly people pleasing and overly giving of yourself. And yeah, then later on convince yourself that it wasn't that bad, and you get back, and then instantly it goes from the 5 up to the 10 of wands again. So a new journey begins. And so you also said you're starting a new job. You try to let someone, yeah, exactly. But that's hard, you know. But the thing is as well, and you have to be very conscious about it, if you start to feel the guidance to sort of set them free, it's not only because it's for you, you're also doing it for them, because some people cannot grow under the nurturing or the presence of a cancer in their life. That's the other. It's like sometimes a double-ended sword, you know, because we can convince ourselves to stay if the person isn't good for us, but when we are not good for them, what happens then? Kind of is like a switch, because how can it not be good for us to be in their lives? But sometimes it actually is stunting their own growth, because we're so good in tuning in what their needs are. I'm not saying we're doing anything wrong, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying sometimes people start to be codependent on the help that we provide, and that's just something that sometimes happens naturally. That's nobody's fault or mistake. But I'm sensing that, and I've been there before, so I understand. Nobody's doing anything wrong in the situation. It's just sometimes it's a situation that needs a different approach. Look at that, 6 of Wands. Now we're talking about wands that we want, okay? You have the 6 of Wands, so I'm sensing on this new journey you're being appreciated more, you're being seen as someone who knows her own boundaries, but also your qualities, and you're being appreciated for it. So I'm sensing with this new job, and when it comes to your business and things like that, moving forward, income, all of that, you're feeling more appreciated, you're feeling more seen, but you also are feeling more authentically yourself. Like I said, it has everything to do with stepping into that color, but it's almost like you bump into it. It's like, wait, what? You know, it's like, for example, you've never seen tarot cards before, and then you come into this little thing or whatever, and it's like, it's these tarot cards, and like you take them home, and it's like someone else just, you know, might actually offer you those, and it just comes into your life, and like you never know that that was like really for you, but they always were supposed to come on your pathway one way or the other, you know, and then it just becomes a part of you, but you before never really knew about the cards, knew about the talent that you might have had. Like, what I'm trying to say is that you sometimes just, by actually stepping out of an unhealthy situation and being able to embrace the unknown for a little bit, you actually are, you know, finding your true authentic self. Okay, let's see what else moving forward. The Hermit. Yep, in combination with the Ace of Pentacles with the beautiful Sun. Well, damn. It's important to keep a healthy balance, because it's an online life and an offline life, and it's important to keep the balance between those, okay? If it didn't happen online, it happened offline, it is still happening, okay? I don't know. Three of Wands. Yeah, your ships are starting to come in, because you freed yourself from guilt. Because sometimes when we feel overly responsible for things, it comes from a place of guilt. And it's not necessarily because like, oh, I feel so guilty if I don't do this. It's like, no, I just have to do it because, you know, it's just weird if I don't do it. Like, I just have to do it. I have to show up. I have to be there, because otherwise it's a lot of guilt. And the guilt is also a blockage of the blessings, because you don't feel worthy of receiving it without overgiving of yourself. But if you are putting in yourself in a giving position like this, you actually tell the universe that, you know, you're not worthy of it. Yeah, it's a responsibility thing. It's a blessing and a curse. But you're not. And the thing is that you're as much, all those other people in your life and outside of it are just as responsible for their own well-being as you are for yours. For their own well-being as you are for your well-being. But if you are out here neglecting your own well-being and your own needs because of feeling responsible for their well-being, then, you know, you're the one who ends up in the short corner. But also, you can never teach someone to love themselves by actually neglecting your own self-love in order to love them. And you kind of need them to love themselves in order to fill that place up, so you can get back to loving yourself. But it doesn't work that way. Yeah, because the thing is as well is that if you come, like I said, if you come from a self-sacrificing place, all you tell them is it's okay to self-sacrifice when you wouldn't feel good. Would you feel good about someone completely depleting and self-sacrificing in order to satisfy you? You wouldn't be comfortable with that. But yet we're so quick to do it for another in a heartbeat. But it's an energy, it's a lot of, you know, it's a high price that comes with that for you, but also for the other person. Look at that, Nine of Pentacles. You are definitely, man, oh man, you're doing this whole 180, and everything is just so beautiful from there on moving forward. The Fool, the Six of Wands, the Hermit. If you take good care of yourself, Leslie, and the close people around you will actually learn from that and also start taking good care of themselves. Look at that. Boom. You have the Key. You have the Magician. You have the Nine of Pentacles. You know, one of my favorite cards. I feel for the first time in a long time, you're going to feel good about doing it for you, like making stuff happen. Make yourself happy, making yourself proud, developing new things, building up a security, a foundation for you, doing things you want to do, exploring, you know, things you want to explore, and having fun with doing all of this for you for once. And actually, like I said, embracing it. It's beautiful, because everyone out here is alone, you know, and it's you, it's your own individual journey. It's very an individual pathway you're going to walk for the next 6 months, but so beautiful. Alright, what else? Yeah, Four of Cups here, with the Wheel of Fortune, with the Ten of Swords. It's enough. Universe is supporting this new journey. It's enough. Because the thing is as well, it's like a type of bitterness towards friendships and things like that, because of you've just pulled out the shorter end all the time. Well, with a lot of them, just to be real. And it's beautiful the way you love. Don't ever change the way you love, but at the same time, you need to be in a certain space with yourself in order to keep a balance in that. And actually also to be open to receive love from others, because you're also, you know, deserving of all of that back. But if you're not comfortable with receiving that level back, you're not going to be comfortable moving forward. And you're blocking that. So, it's very good. Money looks good. And it also has a lot to do with finding a sense of meaning and fulfillment. It's not just only finance, it's also a level of fulfillment. Because you feel like there's room to grow. And if you only have the opportunity to grow, you don't mind standing still for a little bit, but at least if there is opportunity, if your cardinal energy can, you know, jump into it, because you have, I thought you just told me you have a rising sign in Aries, I think. Unless I'm mixing in them up, but both cardinal. You know, your cardinal energy needs space in order to create. You don't always need to create. That's not the point. It's like you having the option. You know, same thing with Aquarius energy. It's like you don't need to be free, but you need to at least have the feeling that you can be free if you want to. You know, it's the feeling of freedom. It doesn't always represent actually being free, but feeling free. So then you are. You know, with responsibilities, you can still feel free. Alright, Leslie, I hope that brought you some clarity. Ah, there we go, Aries. Aquarius. That's why I picked up on the Aquarius energy. Alright. I hope that was helpful for you. It looks so beautiful. I mean, take all of this energy in right now. See? The Fool, the Six of Wands, the Hermit, the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, the Three of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Magician. Beautiful. Okay. You're so very welcome, Leslie. Thank you for letting me read for you. And also, good luck with your new job and everything. Take your time with that as well. It's going to be good. You got this. All right. Let me see, because Lorraine is up next, and I hope you are in the chat still with us. I'm just quickly gonna double check people. All right, let's get into that. as my ex-boyfriend to be. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's tune into that for you. You know, that's the thing. I'm instantly sensing like this is fragments, okay? So I think it's good that it's opening up his energy to someone new, but it's not like when you meet someone new, like the other person gets completely erased and that's that then, you know? Obviously, when it comes to relationship and old relationship, we learn something about ourselves, we develop something in ourselves, we grow, we transform together, and then sometimes, like I said, you go different ways. And you always choose the right person who can teach you certain individual lessons. So there's certain things that you could only teach him and him you, and then this other person comes in and teach him and awaken something else within him. So it's a rocky road. What I'm hearing is a rocky road. So I'm sensing that in this relationship, this next relationship, and I'm not going to tune into deeply because he has not given me permission to tune into his energy, and you know I'm very strict with that because I like to keep the light energy in. um, I'm sensing that it's a rockier road than you might expect, but it's him choosing those lessons for himself with this person, and you were supposed, you know, you're going on a different pathway basically, but I feel like this is like the healing that needed to take place. Okay, so that's what I was sensing with the way the cards was just like laying, and I am actually integrating a lot more new things lately. It's just been coming in. I'm also getting there's a lot of like shifts and changes in the way I'm channeling things. Um, but it's stronger. It's stronger. You see, with the Ace of Cups and the Three of Wands as well, it's. I'm gonna get one more card because it's saying something. There we go. Star card. Yes. When it comes to certain aspects, you know, when it to your ex relationship, with the relationship you had, the connection you have, a lot of things were overflowing. A lot of things in the cup were overflowing. But I'm also sensing that it's now behind you, you know, but you are still carrying certain valuable lessons. But I feel like this ending and sometimes looking back, I'm still sensing an energy of waiting, and that's from you. But it's okay because in you will you learn something in this space. You learn to cope with different things in different ways and understanding them on a deeper level, basically. So you are still receiving messages from his energy. That's because certain things are triggered. Um, there were certain things that he needed to heal and learn in a relationship, in a partnership with you, but you like he couldn't get to that core of things, and now he actually chose another type of person who can teach him that type of lesson. So it's all about learning lessons, you know. Yeah, and you are waiting for that because there are some messages, but they're getting lost along the way. But this is because there's this energy intertwined with certain things that he's going through in his new partnership, and that's why you sense his energy as well. I'm sensing that you are, the both of you still have like sort of an energetic connection, um, but you're letting go of that in the near future because you're starting to focus on that oneness energy within yourself. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple more cards out because I'm feeling so much healing and releasing of that. You're releasing the things that. Okay, it's a certain way that you look at it. Certain way you look at the past relationship that you used to be in with him. And I'm sensing that the things that kind of keep you from your own growth, you're releasing. You see, he's pouring out these cups. What he doesn't need goes back into the water. You see, into the water. And then some things she will grow, she will release on her own, ground, basically, to fuel the soil, to plant new seeds in. So that's a little bit, some things you're throwing back. Those are the things that are holding you back. And then you have planting your own seeds. And this is what you should focus on. For planting your own and new seeds. There's nothing you need from him. And it's like, when it comes to needing something to grow, need something to transform, there's nothing you need from him. If it comes out in the right way, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Because you're a very strong individual. You see the Knight of Pentacles with the Two of Cups. Yep, Seven of Wands and Justice. Okay. Whew, okay, so I am sensing that there is some lingering energy when it comes to communication. But you come to a point where you're like, you don't want it anymore. Like you're moving forward. And in this moment when you release it and let it go, then something might show up. But you will be in a different energy you are in right now. Something with the Seven of Wands and the Justice, it's like you just wanted an apology. You just wanted a recognition. It's about the recognition I'm feeling. It's like something that it didn't recognize or give you any recognition on. That's just something that you're like, you know what, I just want that recognition. I just want either an apology or them seeing it from my point of view. And yeah, I'm just sensing like you're not ready to move forward, and that's okay. See? Yeah. Yeah, but it's also because energetically you pick up on the energy. Because, you know, you can like move forward and everything, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't take time to release someone from your energy. And that could be more than a week and a month and a year, you know. So it just might be fragments that are still connected. But I feel like you will come to a space where you learning to let that go, because you being capable of getting yourself out of this waiting position because you feel like he has to offer you something that you need in order to move forward. But that's the thing, what I said, there's nothing you need from him, because there's so much beauty in gaining that sense of peace and that sense of release from yourself. And that's the lesson in it. It's not crazy that you feel like, hey, you know, there's this level of communication that is not coming in from him, and I just kind of feel like it is, but it's not. And yeah, there's this it's connected to your own growth. Okay, so it is moving forward. Page of Pentacles. And it's not easy, I'm not saying it's easy, but you're gaining so much strength from this position at the same time. Something very valuable for you. Look at that Queen of Swords. Because you're like, okay, you know what? I'm good. Because it's like almost like you realize that you put too much power in his hands, too much power over your energy, and you're releasing that power, and then it's powerless over you. And then you regain all your strength and power from it. Look at that Ace of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. You move forward and your energy will go elsewhere in the near future. With this Ace of Swords, like you are cutting out, you're using your own sword to cut certain things out. And with the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, that space that it's taking up now will come free, and you will place something beautiful in place of it to focus on, because it's taking up a lot of your mental and your space. So looking back upon Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you kind of one days you're like better than others, but it's important to express your feelings or have an outlet for your emotions. It's very important because there's a lot of source energy going on. So a lot of overthinking, some anxiety, a lot of things in your head space. And I'm sensing that you need an outlet for those emotions. So some creative project or something like that would definitely beneficial to transmute some of that energy. It's not always necessarily going to therapy, talking about your feelings and having, conversation about them and understanding about the feelings and the emotions and then feeling better about it. That is one way. But there are certain things that are unspoken, but you can work through them by transmuting the energy into something else, and that's what I'm sensing you're doing in the near future. Creative projects, things like that, things that just you're passionate about and stuff like that will help you work through that healing. Even if you're not consciously working on it, you are actually working on your healing behind the scenes. And there are some things that you will transmute through there, and you will close certain doors by opening others, and you will just all of a sudden notice that you kind of haven't thought about it for a while. You haven't thought about it for like a couple of days, and actually surprise yourself with it because the energy cannot be destroyed. It's just being transmuted into something more productive and fruitful for yourself, and something more in a healing energy. So the healing goes back and forth. That's normal. Don't pressure yourself. It's also totally okay if you are thinking about him. Don't bully yourself out of feeling another way. It's okay. All is good. You know, because it's in transition phase, so it takes some time and it's not easy. I'm sensing like some dizziness and things like that. Just make sure that you keep an eye on your food intake or something like that. But it also has a lot to do with like maybe some migraines or stuff like that. I don't know, it's just some physical elements to it that I'm sensing right now from you. Maybe sometimes you forget to eat, or because it's normal, Not everybody has that, but I sometimes have that. When I get completely into a project, or I'm doing the readings and stuff like that, I don't think about eating. I sometimes forget to eat. But it's just things like that I'm sensing, like nurturing yourself through it. What is it with the dizziness? Like I'm sensing like that dizziness energy, and it comes from the left side of my eye, above my eye, from like it's the left side basically. Is what I'm sensing. Oh, you do get migraines yet? Okay, that makes sense. But you have the vision, right? Like when you know migraine is coming up, like your vision starts to get different. Because I get that as well. Some people get like a pain in their arm and things like that. With me, it's my speech and my eyesight actually. Like migraines are such a blessing. So let me see what else coming up. Moving forward. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. You will surround yourself with new energy. I'm sensing new people with new energy coming in. Beautiful. Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Just make sure that you will not become a third wheel to nobody's party, okay? Because you are number one. Just so you know. You're nobody's number two or second option. No, 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 no. But I'm sensing, that it will be like a triangle energy. That's what I'm sensing. So it's going out with friends and things like that. You open up to new experiences, and you have a healthy balance between the things you do with yourself and then, the things you do outdoors. But it's important to have a healthy balance by actually also going outdoors and just enjoying the moment, being in the moment. And finding ways, like for example, we all have different type of friends. You know, sometimes we have a friend who we always like sort of jam with, make some music or whatever, you know. And some people like we cook with. Other people would like always go out, want to go to the same thing, or you know, it's just different things. Just make sure there's people that are in alignment with you and the things that you have interest in and things like that, and not force yourself to be in an environment where you're not comfortable or that is not in any way, shape, or form giving you anything. You know, you're just there in order to be there. It's important that it also nurtures a side of you, like your creativity, or you know, just feeling like you just lost, like things that can take you out of the timeline. So you look at the time, you're like, oh wait, it's already been 4 hours. That's crazy, you know, that type of energy. That will be very beneficial. But I feel like the summer will definitely have those elements for you, and you start to feel a lot better. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that that was helpful. I will pick one more oracle card for you. I feel like there's an extra message in there for you. But just the star card is your energy these coming months. Star card. Working on your own soul fulfillment. Finding fulfillment about being emotionally and spiritually in alignment. Okay, let's see what else coming out for Lorraine. Here we go. We have care and compassion. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved and offering a helping hand. Beautiful. So, care and compassion. Choose to be love. Instead of focusing on love as like in a person, it's like love is a frequency. But choose to be love. Choose to come from a place of love and do what is right for everyone involved. So also for yourself. Okay? And offering a helping hand. It might be offered to you, or you might be offering other people a helping hand. And it will actually help you to channel some of that other energy for yourself in the near future. Like I'm sensing that there's might be some people that need your consultation and needs your experience. They need to know your opinion on things since next few months, and it actually will help you to awaken something within you, but also like a realization of like, ah, you know, maybe I'm good at this. So that's something I feel. I'm glad. Take good care of yourself, Lorraine. Take good care of yourself. Show yourself that care and compassion first at all times. You got this. You're very strong, very resilient, but you are totally entitled to needing time to come into a healthy space again for yourself. Like it just takes time to heal, and that's okay. Give yourself that space. All right. You're so very welcome. Thank you for letting me read for you. I appreciate that. Yes, you come first at this time. It's doctor's orders. Just say spiritual doctor orders. You are love. Yes. Love is a frequency, love is an energy, love isn't a person. But yet it is found in all people. It's one. You know? So sometimes you need to question yourself, do I want love or do I want this person? Love is all around. Alright. I am going to check out for tonight because I just checked in with PayPal, and those were all my readings on my list for tonight. So thank you so much for tuning in, for listening while I'm live right now, or listen to this afterwards. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I will be back soon. I will come live again this week, I promise, okay? Hope all will be going well in one go and not in like 2 separate ways, but the other one I probably will put on private, and this one starts off with the reading, so I'll definitely put this one up. Okay, I love you. Mwah. Thank you guys. Bye bye bye. Have a great Sunday.